realize we're watching a legend? This is like watching Babe Ruth.
In '92, Portland had its great season, and they were going into the finals against the Bulls, and Clyde Drexler had a great season. And there was a lot of talk that Clyde would be the MVP. Before the game, Michael says, we'll show who's the best player in the league. And he gets 35 points in the first half of Game 1 against Drexler, including 6 3-pointers with his famous sort of shrug.
Here's Jordan for 3, yes!
If he wanted to do something in the game, there was no stopping what he could do.
The Bulls, who that year won 72 games, it's you versus Jordan.
It's so funny, dude.
Wait, isn't that how they sold the matchup here?
Yeah, I think that's how it was billed.
Coming up
for
tonight,
radio.
Rex Chapman versus Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I think it was.
Watch Rex own Michael. So when you start going off on Michael, does he say anything?
Actually, that game, and I'd forgotten about it. Somebody showed a video of it not long ago because it was like 20 years, I guess, after the fact. And it showed, you couldn't let Michael dunk it. It was sort of a rule. If you dunked it, the crowd's going to get into it. His teammates get into it.
Wait, so that was team-wide that everybody knew if Mike goes up, you foul him.
Yeah, you got to foul him. But, preferably before he gets off the ground, not to hurt him. And he made a move baseline, and I was a help defender running through the lane with my back, and I turned and saw him coming. And, I sort of launched into him just to get him before he got off the ground. And I don't think we had the same agent forever. Michael called me to go to Carolina in 1984.
Oh, he recruited you?
Yeah. So I'd known him forever, but I think he didn't see who got him. He did, and he turned around to say something, and we kind of got nose to nose. There was no anything really said worth anything. I think I said something like, "No, I can't just let you dunk it." And so, but it looked like yeah. And so everybody's like, "Oh, you were talking so much noise to Jordan." I was like, "No, I was not doing that."
And then you go off for 39.
We only had 8 guys. We made a big trade, 8 guys available. And I think Michael and Scotty and Dennis and those guys came down to South Beach the night before. And we're like, it's a night off. But as Jimmy Lynam always used to say to us, you let a guy get going in this league and you got a problem. And I got it going one night and we got lucky.
But Jordan doesn't say anything. Like, is there just, it's your night, I'm going to let you have your night?
Now they were.
Did you beat him?
We beat them. And they were not happy. We played them a few weeks later at home. And again, Michael and I are buddies. We same agent. Ball goes up and we're around the jump circle and bang, right to my chest. Right to my chest. And I went, all right, great. Let's do it. I mean, that's the mindset you have to have. But right then and there, I knew I was not having 39 again.
Jordan demonstrated the depth of his lust for winning when he led the Bulls against the Cavaliers in the first round of the 1989 playoffs.
There was 3 writers then traveling with the Chicago newspapers with the teams. And each of us picked the Cavaliers to win the series before Game 5 in Cleveland. He points to the one guy who picked him in 3, and he says, "We took care of you." And then the other guy picked him in 4. He says, "We took care of you." And then he looks at me and he points me in the eye and he says, "And today we take care of you."
Inbounds pass comes into Jordan. Here's Michael at the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win! They win it!
With Jordan?
With Jordan.
Oh, all right.
First ever time ever talking trash. So we're with the dream team.
Okay.
And for 3 days in a row, we came into a tie because what Coach Daly did, he split the team up East versus West. So Barkley, Jordan, Larry Bird, Pippen, and Patrick Ewing all played in the East.
Wow.
And then we had the West guys, myself, David Robinson, Malone, Mullen, Drexler, and John Stockton. So we would play every day, tie. So this is the 4th day. And we got out on him about 12-2. And I said, I'm gonna really rattle his chain. So I went over there, tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Hey man, if you don't turn into Air Jordan, we're gonna blow you out today." Jimmy, his eyes got big. Usually that tongue come about right here, now it's way out. He broke the huddle. He hit a 3, and he's looking at me. So he came down again, hit another 3. So the greatest shot. Now, I've been involved in all 3 of them. First, Dr. J walked out in air, out of bounds.
Oh, yeah,
Reverse layup,
under. Right.
Michael Jordan in 1991 came down on us with the right hand, tongue out. He switched in midair to the left. Spun it against the glass. Now, this is the greatest shot I've seen. He came down the right side, took off. David Robinson took off. And he said, okay, I'm going to sit here in the air. Because I know David Robinson is going to go down. So David Robinson went to the ground. He 360, tongue moving, and dunked it.
In a practice game.
In a practice game. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I was just stunned. And all of us were stunned to see him hang in the air that long and 360. Michael Jordan is so incredible. There'll never be.
The moral is you should not.
I went to UCLA, and then it happened. I started talking as soon as I got into the league, but I had a bad experience.
What was the bad experience?
Well, my rookie year, we were playing the Chicago Bulls, and this is Michael Jordan's 3rd or 4th year in.
Okay.
And we were playing the next exhibition game in some obscure place. And most veterans do not like to play in exhibition games. They want to get to the real thing. I'm a wide-eyed, energetic rookie, and we're playing this exhibition game, and Michael's going through the motion. And Chuck Person, who's on my team, who's a trash talker as well, is like, can you believe Michael Jordan, the guy everyone's talking about, who's supposed to be able to walk on water, you're out here killing him, Reg. This is in the first half. He's like, you should be talking to him. He's like, you know, you're right, Michael. Who do you think you are? The great Michael Jordan? That's right, there's a new kid on town, right? Kind of looks at me and starts shaking his head. So at half, I have 10, and he has 4 points, right? I'm doing all this talking. He's like, okay. Into the game in the second half, he ended up with 44, and I ended up with 12. So he outscored me 40-2. And as he's walking off, he's like, be sure and be careful. You never talk to Black Jesus like that.
In the offseason, brought in Gerald Wilkins to be the Jordan stopper.
I'm looking forward to it, no question about it. I think the number one thing is that it's my job to go out and put the job on him, to shut him down, keep his numbers down.
But as the Cavaliers would quickly find, stopping Jordan is not a one-man job.
Pippen on top as Jordan's trying to post up. Oh, Michael with a beautiful fake. Oh, man! What a fake by Jordan.
I wanted to prove to them that, hey, no matter what you do, what changes you make, I'm going to overcome that challenge.
Trying to go inside, Michael. Spins, it's got it. Yeah! What a shot by Michael. Michael is talking to the crowd. And Michael looked over at us and said, he can't guard me. He can't guard me. Jordan. Michael to finish.
See, this is what Michael lived for. He wanted this challenge.
So much for Gerald, and I'm going to shut Michael down.
This question, what possessed a young man going into the 11th grade to talk smack to Michael Jordan at Michael Jordan's camp?
Well, I happen to be the only high school player there. It was mainly a freshman in college. And so, he came on the court and he guarded me. So instantly I was like, man, he must think I'm the, not the strong link over here. And so I got it going a little bit. And obviously, it's any ball player's dream to play against Mike. And I couldn't tell you how many times I did his move after the finals the next day in the rec center and stuff. So I got a few buckets, and I think the campers knew I was the only high school kid, and so they got rowdy a little bit, and we got a little bit of John. And so, we played 2 games. I think we split 1-on-1. It was a team game. And then he said, okay, now let me handle my business. And he looked me in my face and said that. I'm like, what you mean? So he said, I need all the campers, everybody to leave. Let's clear the gym. I said, oh, man, so we continue playing pickup, and, Mike was Mike. He was jawing a little bit and really getting into me defensively, and You know, he's backing me down. You know, said better scream for mama. You know, his mama, mama. You know, hit the famous fadeaway on me, and then you know, I said, okay, you got it going. And then he said, hey, young fella, let me tell you something. He said, you know, you may be the best high school player in the world, you know, but I'm the greatest ever, and don't you ever disrespect, you know, the great like that. And you know, at the end of the day, if people ask, why would you talk smack to GOAT? Why would you talk smack to Mike? And at the end of the day, it's still basketball, you know, and you definitely respect everything Mike's done for the game. But you know, when you're a young buck and you get a chance to go at the top, I kind of had a mentality that I had everything to gain and nothing to lose. And you know, Mike did what he had to do.
We're up by 8 points, and one of our teammates, Derek Martin, had been in LA with Mike when he was filming Space Jams. It was the summer before. It was the summer after he filmed Space Jams.
Okay.
We're up 8. Mike is 4 for 16 from the field. He's having a really rough night.
Right.
So Derek decides, because there's about 10 minutes to go in the game and we're winning, he decides to say to Michael Jordan, who's having an off night, hey, Mike, shit's not falling tonight, Mike. You're having an off night, Mike. Really? 24 points in the last 10 minutes. His last jump shot, this is no lie, catches the ball in the post. He does the typical Jordan fadeaway. He's fading towards our bench. He knocks down the shot. They go up by 6. He turns to the bench and says, shut up, you little bitch. True story.
Wow.
True story. And if it's on YouTube. You can. It's. I think it's 95 Grizzlies versus Bulls. You can see it. And you can see it. It's the last shot he hits, and you see him turn to the bench, and you can't hear what he says. But I promise you, his words were, "Shut up, you little bitch." We go in the locker room after the game. Like, right, Mike has killed us.
Right.
Byron Scott, who's now the head coach of the Lakers, was assigned to guard Michael Jordan and had been doing a great job. And then Mike lit him up for 24 points in the last 10 minutes of the game. He comes in the locker room. He's on fire. He walks up to Derek Martin and says, listen, don't you ever talk to the guy I'm guarding. You talk to your guy.
Yeah.
Don't you talk. Oh, we had to break. It was almost a fight in the locker room. And Byron Scott's a 4th-degree black belt.
You got to get Nate to get in there with the gloves, man. Just let him do their thing.
Shit, I got out the way. By all means.
That's free.